playing by my rules.
G'day, mate.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Envahir sou lot. M'a ka fè tout bagay.
Time to start the party.
Get in here.
I need you, Gracie. Stop mucking around and move. Over here. Boys line up. Over here.
Break up this game. Over there. Wicked. Hey. Oh, let's break it. Damn. I'm on fire. Mine.
Feeling better?
Thanks, mate. Can't wait. There goes the drop.
Team kill.
Look at us go.
First round 1.
Amplification matrix charging the
Score 1-0.
Fly, my little friend. My exquisitious queen, I come bearing news of great import.
Not now, rat junk.
My name's Junkrat.
No, it isn't.
the real null sector is the space between your ears.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
They don't stand a chance.
The pleasure is mine.
pause is over. The game is starting. And we're going to hope the Golden Knights can bring out something stronger than they had last game so that we can have all 3 games. Because ultimately, we're not here for any one team. We're here for some good Overwatch. Huskies will be attacking first, so we're going to go see what Golden Knights are setting up on the point. Both are running the same tank. Squads do look a little bit different. Munchman does seem to like his Bastion. It hasn't really done a whole lot in these last couple games. Getting a couple kills, but ultimately not being not playing a pivotal role whatsoever. And you have to wonder why they're pushing out so far off the point, really just letting themselves be put into a bad position. This Lucio going in quite far, not getting chunked out for it. Anti-death device going out. And they're pushing back, caught up in a choke point. Jack Munnis is going to take out NR does stuff. Lucio finally getting punished for his overextension. And the tank is now going to absolutely take the initiative to try and take out some more people. Itachi taking out the enemy tank, Sam Gubas. And USM Huskies are going to have to regroup. 3 minutes on the clock. They got plenty of time. They don't need to rush into anything. But USM Huskies going for a little sneaky little play onto the point and getting absolutely destroyed for it. Munchman's Bastion taking out enemy healer and enemy tank taking out the Ash. Pulling onto the point. It's really just not going well for the Huskies. This is a completely different game than the last time. Last time, the Huskies' aggression really made the Golden Knights work for it. And this time, the aggression is not working out. Their pushes are getting absolutely hard stopped, and they're getting punished for overextensions by both their healers and their DPSs. The tank is not playing up enough, and the defensive Golden Knights are in a position to capitalize on every single move that they make. These pullback knives are hitting quite well. This knife girl is going crazy. Still living, still sustaining, back up to full, and just completely just... Was that a Lucio ult? Not even on point, just to keep their team's push alive, just for momentum and tempo. That Lucio ult was useless. Wow. At some point, one of them switched to Ana just so that they could kill the Life's a Steel Bruiser tank. And you have to wonder, now that they're switched to Ana, is the enemy team going to switch up their tank? Golden Knights, it was working so well until they got Ana. Jeremy's still on the 1 HP Junkrat, going to get the full heal. And that's going to be point for the USM Huskies. Only took them a couple tries to get the point. Not as bad as I thought. Truck's going to come out. I'm not loving what the Golden Knights are doing. Switching to Tracer. Not so sure I love a Tracer on defense. And that's the reason why. Can really, like, just get popped very easily. Itachi pushed out, but not going to die. The Bastion getting absolutely clapped by B1AZ3. And that is a... Lucio already has ult again. Let's see if this Ana can hit her shots. Because the difference between, you know, an absolutely useless Ana and The good one is just whether or not they can hit their shots. Very skill-dependent champion. And their momentum is just not being stopped. The USM Huskies are pushing with all their might. They've got ultimates up all on the board to a point where the Golden Knights keep switching up their team comp. I'm not sure I love that. They seem to be getting desperate. Although they could just be bringing out their aces in the hole, as we saw with Joey last week when he brought out his Genji. And that could be what's going on here, because the Orisa does seem to be putting in a little bit more work now that the Ana is stopping Knife Girl from getting all of her lifesteal. Some nice spears. They've contested them in this choke point. The Orisa putting in a little bit of work, getting chunked out, and might go down here. But Moira pulling out her healing beam for absolutely massive damage, and that is going to be a good trade on both sides. The Ashe putting in shots. The Genji jumping around. Why? There we go. Finally, the Golden Knights are able to get through that absolute choke point. But here's where we see both teams getting stopped is right around this corner. And that Hanzo ult coming in clutch, but not able to even stop their push for a moment. Doesn't even get one. The Orisa running in to try and contest the point. Gonna get some momentum for his team, but it's not looking great. They're being pushed back, and Golden Knights swing the corner with absolute precision, taking out the enemy team with some great shot placement. But the Ashe is still alive, and as we've seen so far this match, oh wow, that was gross. As we've seen, the Ashe can sometimes hit her shots, not always, as we just saw. Sometimes. Emphasis on the sometimes. Genji hopping in with the ult. Running around. Jeremy putting in some work. Getting momentum for his team. That's going to be enemy team dead for a while. 60 seconds left on the push, but they're basically there. Bastion getting rushed and killed, and that might be game. Unless somebody can get on this point and stay there. But it's not going to happen. Not seeing enough aggression from the Golden Knights. We'll hope that they're better on offense than they were on defense, because if they're not, this is looking like a quick 2-0.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
Score is now 1 match and 1 game to the USM Huskies. Well,
Ready for battle.
oh dear.
They say you're a good shot.
Seeing the comp switch up.
I'm
Itachi pulling out the Zenyatta. I personally am a big fan of Zenyatta. That is a very strong champion or hero in the right hands. Jeremy setting up his traps. We'll have to see if it does anything. I like the USM Huskies positioning better, not allowing themselves to be choke pointed in the train, which is where both teams have had issues before.
Defend objective A.
Let's see Enemy team decided to go with the Sigma. No. We'll see what he's cooking. Could be nothing. Might be nothing. Oh, but the enemy team is just going down. Bastion coming in absolute clutch with some great shot placement. And that's just an absolute devastation team kill in the first push. Wow, the momentum from Golden Knights, that aggression that we were missing in the last one, gone. It is here. The aggression is exactly where it needed to be. A flawless push.
Escort the payload.
Sigma rushing in, taking up a lot of aggro, as a tank should, putting in some work. Moira getting a nice orb, and they're absolutely getting just destroyed every time they come up to contest. It's almost like they just have a pure health and defense buff. Golden, if you hadn't seen the last two matches, you would not think that this was in favor of the USM Huskies. Because the Golden Knights are absolutely obliterating them every time they show up on the screen. The heads are getting clicked, and the fucking bodies are dropping to the floor. They've swapped up their entire team comp. I'm pretty sure B1AZ3 is the only person on the same champion he was at the start of the game. Transcendence going out, and that robot guy, whose name I don't know, Robotna? Yeah, he is not doing well. Body on the floor. That guy needs a new CPU. You'd think that these were paid actors the way that this is going. Golden Knights seemed like they were toying with them in the first game and a half. The Zenyatta even placing his shots well. It's like they weren't even trying. Let's see some Zenyatta gameplay. And that is an almost team wipe. If they could get this Genji, they've won the game. And it's looking like it's going to be 1-1. They've got 5 minutes to get it 1 meter. And that's it. That's not quite game. USM Huskies putting up a valiant last effort, clearing everyone using Ashe ult. The Ashe, I will say, on the USM Huskies knows what to do. B1 AIZ3 does have some moves, but you have to wonder 4 minutes and 20 seconds to get 1 meter. You can't imagine that the USM Huskies are gonna win here. Pulling out the Mei, as we've seen them do in times of desperation. It has worked out a little bit in the past, but I can't imagine it working here. Sigma going in, not really taking any damage whatsoever. Reaper coming in with... And just absolutely... I mean, I have no words. That was an absolute decimation, a clinic, only to be used for learning purposes. If you told me that this was a real game, I wouldn't believe you.
3-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Scores 1-1 in the match, and 1-0 overall for the USM Huskies.
Ready for battle.
As it turns out, the enemy Lucio is a little bit. Um, the USM Huskies Lucio NR does stuff is not smart, shall we say.
They're swiftly dealt with.
Believes that the enemy team could be cheating and getting information through their spectator. Unfortunately for him, he does not realize that the enemy spectator can only spectate his own team. I had to ask for that privilege myself in the first game, and it was not given to both. It was only given to me for some reason. We've seen Sam Guba's Orisa go well in the past, and it seems like it might this time. We'll have to see. He is discorded and absolutely getting chunked out, anti-healed, and just completely obliterated in a choke point. And that's the momentum of the USM Huskies just completely stopped hard fast. They only have a minute to capture the point, which, when they're getting chunked out this much, does not look good. Munchman's Bastion looking a lot stronger this time than it was last time. Munchman hitting his shots, placing his shots. Orisa running for the point, not even able to get a second of overtime. That's game 2 to the Golden Knights. Or is it not? My apologies. I don't know how Overwatch works. Is the stream alright, everyone? Can you hear me alright? Let me know. 37 seconds to capture the point. Sorry, excuse me. 37 seconds till point capture is available. Not switching it up much. Jack Mones looking at the Tracer, looking at the Phoenix. We'll have to see what they end up on. The Zenyatta looking strong, so they're going to pull it out in this game as well, which I do appreciate as a Zen player myself. Whew. The enemy DPS getting 1v1'd by the Zen. This guy hits his shots. If there's anything you can say for him, it is that he hits his shots. Not an easy thing to do on Zenyatta. Not spectacularly difficult, but not an easy thing to do. Putting in so much work. And that's game. That's game. Golden Knights looking so strong. We'll have to see if they can keep up their momentum in game 3. Just absolute stomps on both sides, on either way. That is what makes Division 3 so much fun. Oh, this ultimate play was so good. Sigma's still so strong, even so long after his release. And let's get into the action. Turn that music off. We'll have to see what the enemy team pulls out here. I don't know if they'll want to change up their strategy much. It seems to be working in the last match. And so the Widowmaker coming out from Jack Mones. He can't seem to find a DPS that he really likes. I'll have to see if this one works out. Itachi staying on the Zenyatta, and I do like that. Been very strong. No staying on the Sigma. Like that. It's been very strong. Sam Guba actually going to bring out the Sigma match, which I can respect given the power that it's been seen to show off. And our does stuff staying on the Lucio, which I don't like, I'll be honest. Hasn't proven very powerful in any of the games. The speed is not that useful. And the healing is low. The ultimate has not been used impactfully. I find that Lucio actually has to be used quite well in order for it to have a whole lot of impact. It does give you infinite HP basically for a certain amount of time, but it ends up not doing much in a whole lot of situations. Enemy Sigma stunned and healed, but not going to go down. An absolute fistfight brawl going out, throwing out shots. Neither team getting too low, and then it turns. USM Huskies are losing more health. Their healers are not on point, I'll be honest. Ana can't hit shots, Lucio doesn't do enough healing. As compared to the Moira Zenyatta, whose healing is almost thoughtless. And that was just an absolute obliteration. The Golden Huskies just pushing through with absolute momentum. It's looking like the one-hit wonder Golden Knights are about to become a two-hit wonder. Rah rah rah. Jeremy going in on the Genji and able to get one back on the Itachi. Their #1 guy at the moment, I would say. And it's looking like the USM Huskies have some absolute momentum here. Gonna push out, and some nice orbs from the Sigma to stop the payload with 4 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock. Begins to slowly move back. And now it's just time to wait. I would like to see some more peeking, some more setup, some more slight damage, but it ends up not meaning much at all. I can respect just wanting to hold the position. Ashe over here on the flank. We'll have to see if she can do any damage. Ashe getting chunked out. Does have the ultimate. Rattlejaw off the Ana, back onto the that guy. Don't know his name, but definitely is more comfortable. The healing is a lot stronger on the grenades with this guy than it is with the Ana. Ashe saving her ultimate. Junkrat on the flank, not doing a whole lot, heading back down. Genji going away from here. Sigma ult popping out, getting 3. Another Sigma ult, getting 2. Bob in the backline just absolutely chunking people out, not getting focused. That's destructive. And in such close quarters, neither team going out. Lucio popped. And I'm very much surprised that everyone is still basically alive. And that's Junkrat ult coming out, about to be huge, only getting NR does stuff. But setting up for the Sigma to just absolutely run over the enemy team. And man, no on the Sigma. We didn't see it until Game 2, but in Game 2 it looked strong, and in Game 3 it looks even stronger. Very few deaths on this guy. Knows how to tank. With his ultimate yet again, we'll have to see how he uses it. Sigma ult can be so strong. The CC and damage that it brings out is instrumental to team fighting. I want to wait for him to, and there it goes. The Sigma ultimate getting 4. Lucio coming in to counteract it. Enemy Sigma ult, and that is going to be the enemy Sigma. Golden Knight Sigma down, dead. They're going to have to regroup on the flank, looking for some damage on the side, but not going to get anything worthwhile. And Junkrat seems to be caught out, definitely going down to Jeremy. Any more deaths from the Golden Knights at this point would just be an overextension. They've got plenty of time to work with. Not really looking to do anything but wait for their Junkrat to get here, and here he comes. So now that they've got all 5 members, they're going to want to push onto this point, but it is a tight choke point. We'll see if this USM Huskies can capitalize on this brief moment of respite that they have found. But it's not looking good. Jack Monis taking out 1, Jack Monis taking out 2. Zenyatta ult getting popped, and that is just so strong. I would say even stronger than Lucio ult. Almost impossible to burst through Zenyatta ult. USM Huskies yet again able to pull off a scrappy defense of the car and stopping them right before they were able to cap that point. Payload. Sigma all back up, and they're all right in position to be just decimated by it. We'll have to see if he uses it well. But this could be huge for the Golden Knights. Junkrat ult coming out, going in, getting 2. And Sigma getting a 3rd. It's looking like the Golden Knights have this one. Sigma still has his ultimate. And unless Genji can make an absolutely valiant hero play, that it seems like Golden Knights are going to have this one. Sigma pulling out his ultimate, I think only getting 1. But that's even more dead, and that is going to be the Golden Knights contested 1 centimeter from payload detonation. Golden Knights getting it with 11 seconds to spare. USM Huskies looking for aggression, gonna need to push with more effort and function than the Golden Knights just did.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
I cannot wait to see what goes on here. Gosh, I am so excited to see if USM Huskies can bring out this victory. It'll be a tough matchup. We have seen the Golden Knights kind of dominate over the last 2 matches. USM Huskies holding off till the last 11 seconds was very brave, especially with how close they were to just losing a very scrappy effort. You know, I've seen a lot of teams when they get down like that, just, you know, sort of give up, throw up a weak defense and call it a game. But no, USM Huskies staying strong, giving them precious moments that they will need for this push. Munchman on the Bastion yet again. And B1AZ3 finally off of the Ashe. Gonna pick up the Bastion as well. Counter Bastion. And their teams are looking more and more similar. No still on the Sigma, which I do respect. It looks so strong. You really can't. You can't fault him for that. Zenyatta getting absolutely just gunned down by this Bastion. Which is very unfortunate for the enemy team because the USM Huskies are looking unstoppable, but so did the Golden Knights up until this point in the game. Wow. B1AZ3 looked good on the Ashe. Might look better on the Bastion. Has that ultimate, which we'll have to see if they can make use of. Reinhardt going in, charging the Sigma. I would say Reinhardt is looking incredibly strong, as he always does, of course. But man, the Golden Knights cannot seem to find their valor. We'll see if the Sigma ult can change anything. No, misses everyone. This is not the same no that I know. Gets the punch, and that, yeah, that's going to be the absolutely needed stop of a momentum the Golden Knights were looking for. USM Huskies going to look for the regroup. They've got plenty of time, 4 minutes, 25 seconds, in a better position than even the Golden Knights were last game, surprisingly. Reinhardt looking to flank here? That's quite interesting. Maybe just looking to hide from away from the damage. Couldn't tell you. But, what is this guy doing? No offense. Just maybe not very comfortable in the Reinhardt. Kind of just wandering around, not putting up the shield. They're going to go for the flank, and Genji popping the ultimate. Nano machine, no, not popping the ultimate, getting nanoed. Ended up not popping the ultimate because I don't think he had it. And non-ulted nano Genji. An interesting play from the USM Huskies. That, I'll be honest, the team coordination was not too strong there. Reinhardt, you got to put up your shield, man. Bastion coming in, still hasn't used his ultimate, chunking out the enemy team. This machine gun that just absolutely does not stop firing, just does so much damage. And the push is back on, like it never even stopped. USM Huskies obliterating the enemy team. Sam on the Reinhardt getting kills. This linebacker knows how to tackle. Oh, thank God. For a second, I thought the stream was still on starting soon, and I would have been very sad if that were the case. Reinhardt rushing in with the charge, not getting anything for it, taking a little bit of damage, but is absolutely going to be fine. And other stuff, switching off the Lucio to the little Talisman girl, who I do think is quite strong. Earth Shatter getting stopped by the shield, doing absolutely nothing. That's very unfortunate. It is a quick charge. Enemy Sigma ult coming through, but still not able to stop the USM's charge. Wow, USM Huskies absolutely destroying the enemy team's time. And, man, these games can just go one way or the other. Enemy Bastion finally popping that ultimate. Does end up stopping them in their tracks. Known is off of the Sigma onto the Orisa, which I do respect, especially Sigma I find to be better at pushing than defending. Orisa definitely one of the most defensive tanks in the game. But man, holding out for another 2 minutes and 50 seconds, gonna be tough for this, for the Golden Knights, but we've seen it happen before with the USM Huskies, so it is possible. Orisa getting charged by the Reinhardt, neither going down, neither really taking that much damage. Jeremy dead on the USM Huskies. Ooh! just chunked out. Enemy Bastion ult from BA1Z3, not gonna find anything really of value, and they're getting pushed back. USM Huskies not able to find anything in this push of theirs. Jeremy on the McCree, and really I'm not used to seeing this many hero swaps in a game. You have to wonder whether or not they're cooking or whether or not they're burning. Enemy Tracer on the flank. Throws in the charge. Gets the Ana. That's going to be huge. Might die for it, though. And that's the Golden Knights. Killing, destroying the push, not letting them have momentum. The payload has backed up from basically being capped to all the way back to the original choke point at which it was stopped. Man. Not to give you guys too much of a peek into the comms, but NR does stuff the card Talisman Girl, saying that they at most have 2 more attempts, and I have to agree with his assessment. They don't have that many more chances to get on this payload and get it capped. Of course, overtime is a thing, so this Bastion having ultimate. Orisa ult coming out from the Golden Knights. Getting one. There's a Zarya in this game? Since when? Sam Guba not feeling the Reinhardt, I suppose. And this Bastion is looking so strong, keeping absolutely everyone off the point, not dying, chunking them out. Munchman, I have never seen him looking so good. Might die here, might go down, but no. Gets one back with the grenade. And still saving the ultimate. It's genuinely not looking good for the USM Huskies. Munchman with the grenade. Munchman taking everyone out. Completely unopposed. On the team didn't even have to use the ultimate. It's looking over. 2.1 seconds unless they can get on point, and they cannot. That is victory for the Golden Knights. It came close. It was a very close last game, but it's gonna end up with the final score being 2-1 Golden Knights to USM Huskies. Better luck next time, Huskies. You'll get them next week. And I'll be back again to cast that game as well.